And it is indeed Mirage. Avant needing something special. They need to turn around a 6-16 defeat that they had on Nuke to get back into this series. But it's Order's opportunity now to run away with things.
Well, let's see if they can run away with it in the pistol. Avant, it's where they really need to shine. They've had their choice of sides to start on, and it's going to be the CT side for them.
Yeah. GG bet odds 6.5 for Avant. That's a rough way to be after the way that first map went, but not too unfair. Blitz taking a few shots as Order start making up their way up short here.
Yeah, very aggressive indeed, as it looks like it is going to be that B-split. Blitz manages to find one on the Ustillo. Hugh as well onto Val, and the short split does manage to work. It's back to the 3-on-3. Ali crosses safely. Ricky doesn't overstay his welcome there in Apartments, and it looks like that bomb is going to be planted for short with full control for Order.
It is. They got the kit in the smoke to try to get back onto the side. A couple of shots from Sterling.
Oh, nice one from Hazard. Sterling lines it up. Ali fighting now, has to do all the work himself. 32 HP, 2 already. Another onto Hazard. It's 1-on-1 with Blitz now. A headshot will do it as he's half HP. There's, just dancing around. Needs to buy a time, but it's Blitz to get the final shot out. 3 for him on the round, and that is going to be Avant's way back into the game. A solid start on Mirage.
Yeah, good CT side pistol for them to be picking up. Things got a little dicey there, but they're able to recover it nicely. What is the play for Order? Plenty of kills on Alistair, which means he can buy AK armor and a flash.
Ooh, okay.
Other guys can drop some AKs over if they want.
Galil armor.
Oh, Alistair just drops the AK to somebody else and takes a Deagle in response. Deagle for Ustillo, Deagle armor and utility for Valiance. Couple of different options here for Order. Can throw one of those more simple executes. Fair bit of utility for them. They're going to go towards middle straight off the bat. You're going to see the push up from Sterling. He's kind of isolated. He has to fall away into underpass, but that's kind of a bait for Blitz. Valiance overextending there, getting taken out pretty quickly, and now some more fights in middle. Avant don't want to give it up.
And AK's already gone. Gyra unable to fight with it. Ali will retrieve it, but that's a huge nade onto him. 32 HP remains, and it's just Ricky now, last alive in PAL.
Just look at that aggression from Avant, just completely giving up the sights and showing their dominance in middle, just getting in there, getting Sterling out of a sticky situation, and when all's said and done, a complete shutdown on the force buy from Order with 5 players surviving. But how much damage can Ricky do? That's really the only question left here. How many guns can he take away from Avant to make Order's job easier later on?
Well, he's about to be spotted here by Hazard if he crosses over to CT, and that's just where he's going. Hazard comms that one. Avant rotating appropriately. Big bink already. And that is just going to be a very easy looking round for Avant. Only 3 players tagged, 2 not even touched, and all 5 alive for Avant. So that's huge for the economy.
The dream start, Mac, really. They get that pistol, a complete shutdown on the force buy in the second round means that Order has to take a save here. And if they can close out this anti-eco pretty solidly, maybe only lose 1 gun or something like that, they're going to be cruising here. They're going to be feeling pretty confident moving into the next couple of gun rounds. Order will take a little bit of time to chip down that CT economy. And that's how you want to start for Avant after a really rough map 1. Nade stack into the middle. Hugh's just farming, man. Look how much damage that is. Look how much money that is in the bank.
The fact that he got that headshot onto Ali as well was just disgusting. It is going to be Gyra and Ricky looking to regroup, looking for a bit of punishment to over-aggression, but I don't think that one's going to be coming, not off the back of the 2 Glocks remaining.
A little slow last map, Hugh, but these are the kind of frags that they get the blood pumping a little bit. You get a bit of confidence going, run up mid, shoot a couple players with Glocks. Suddenly you think you're the best.
Yeah, well, it's just being a Mirage gamer sometimes. It is a whole different ball game to Nuke, and maybe that is just where Hugh seems to have put all of his bets. And it's a good start as well, you know. As you mentioned, getting his confidence frags up, just farming up the dollary dues as well. And surely he gets sent in with the MP9 to find the final 2. It's just a matter of when.
Blocking players being a little annoying, but not too much of a muchness. Even losing that MP9, that's something that you don't really care about if you're Avant, I don't think, end of the day. And they do only lose that 1 gun, so that's exactly where they want it to be. They only lose the MP9, and Hugh, he's already farmed up enough kills to be able to replace that as it is.
You see that as well. That's some great economic management. You've got APOC just up or downgrading to the MP9 to make sure that he can get that kill for $600 instead, then swaps back to the FAMAS at the end of the round. So 3 clean ones already for Avant.
Yep. First gun round for Order. Got to try to break up the momentum, but it's not just this round. They probably got to win 2 on the trot to try to break that CT economy down a little bit more and make this game a little bit more back and forth. It's actually Gyro with the front spawn, picks up the AWP and tries to make something happen with it, but so far no contact from either team. Avant having to fall away now that the utility is starting to land in middle, and Order not in a rush to go anywhere. Just a very sort of standard 1-3-1 from them, waiting for aggression, which is a little bit more characteristic of a CT team that's going to have a strong economy. You tend to be a little bit more aggressive from time to time when you know that you don't have that fear of economic reset, that if it doesn't go well for you, you can just either save or potentially reinvest in the next round and give it another crack. But Avant, I wouldn't say they've been over-aggressive. I like the push on the extremity, a bit of control in a part of the map where Order doesn't really have a lot of emphasis. And now you're starting to see Order, a minute on the clock, shifting over 4 players towards middle. Smoke put into window there as Alistair looking to try to set up onto this angle towards Ticket. Sterling jumping up on Ticket now, has been flashed off the line by Ricky, which sets up Order to try to take Connector and use it as a launching ground to start this A-bomb site split.
Oh, but the 4-man push is going to be ripped apart already. APOC on the line, and he wants more as well. But Gyra able to trade that one back to the 4-on-4 situation. Sterling gazing at A main. Beautiful flash to blind him, and that's going to be the opening for Ricky as well. Hazza going to be isolated under the balcony. Gyra deals with him, and they realise another flash has come from CT. Ricky at the ready is not going to win the engagement with Blitz, so back to the 2-on-3, which could be turned on its head, but it's going to be Order doing the turning straight back to the B site. Bombing going to be planted for short as well. Let's see how this one goes. Ali slides that shot straight in the market, straight on the Hugh. And Blitz, look, he's found 1 in the round, but he's got way too much work to do, so he's decided to save the AK instead. And with that, it should be a 4-buy, only Sterling down in a rough financial state. Let's see if Order go for the hunt. Don't really think they can afford to lose another rifle hit.
No, I don't think it's a good time to do it. Don't have the cash behind them, and even if you do take the rifle off of Blitz, which they will end up doing. Oh, bit of a whiff spray from Valiance. That's rough. Went very early into that crab walk spray at like that mid-distance. That's something that I used to do all the time and didn't go well for me.
Oh no, and now Order's economy's mostly cooked. Well, you know, rifles will be there. Utility is going to be in question.
Yeah, and they had quite a bit of utility in that last round and were able to play a slower round. Sometimes a little bit harder to play slower when you don't have the a wealth of utility to fall back on, as you know, you're not going to be able to use a lot of that util to clear out a lot of angles. Maybe just use the initial utility to deal with aggression or something like that. And then like you got that late round utility if you're going to play a little bit slower. But I'd say Order are doing okay. Only 2 players that didn't have a whole lot of grenades. Initially, a lot of utility actually thrown towards this A side of the map, which has forced the incendiaries out from Avant. You can see they don't have a whole lot of utility. Ideally, you were seeing Order trying to pull rotations, but at the end of the day, Sterling was still in position, traded back nicely by Alistair, who's coming up connector now. And I like this round from Order. Just trying to play with Avant's rotations, force them to use a lot of utility. Now they're in a bit of an awkward situation where I think this round really does come down to APOC and Blitz and what timings they use to try to push middle here.
Let's see if Blitz can survive another round. He was, what, 8-0 already. And Order just not managed to get past him. He's just starting to fire up on the rifles.
So Alistair's the one with all the util here. He's going to throw a smoke towards jungle side, it seems like, but he's got a handful of flashes that, in the position he's in, he's not really going to be able to utilize them very well. So the plan very much seems to be from Order just try to get their way out of Palace and get trades into the site and let Alistair try to do something from connector after the initial contact comes out.
Dangerous here as well because the double CT setup is a very strong one. Given the positions of these tiers and contact, but you still are doing God's work there, the double entry, and that should be the round there. And then Blitz, he's going to try to fight, but Ali finally finds him. And the last as well as Hugh swings late through short. Order read that setup from Avant like a book, but huge entries from you still there straight out of Pal.
Yeah, look, it can be quite hard to connect those shots on the AKing players when they're just running out of Palace from the CT position. Sometimes a little easier of a job to do from jungle or stairs, but end of the day, if the whole thing from Order is that they're just dry running out of balcony into a double CT setup, you shouldn't be getting 2 for 0'd. It really shouldn't be happening. So I don't think Avant very much on the ball on this Mirage game, and facing that potential knock into the lower bracket. And off the back of losing that first map very one-sidedly, now losing both gun rounds back-to-back, I would say in pretty convincing fashion, especially the way that Order's navigating around this mid-round a little bit better. His game already isn't looking great for them, Mac.
Yeah, look, and the other thing I want to go back to on the previous round as well, was the right side smokes thrown early just to, I guess, bait out the rotations. But one of them missed. The jungle smoke hit deep jungle instead, so...
The initial smokes from Order?
Yeah, the initial ones. So I don't know if that was done on purpose, so Avant goes, hey, look, they've missed their jungle smoke. Let's, you know, face.
No, they threw deep jungle. Sometimes you will throw like a variation on that A hit, right?
With a deep jungle and stairs.
Deep jungle and stairs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you throw like you will vary your smokes, which ones you throw from time to time, depending on what kind of fights you want to create on that A site.
Yep.
It's definitely one of the less common variations, but it's something I have seen from time to time. But yeah, they might be trying to create some kind of situation for themselves where like you said, the Alt player focuses on Palace because he's like, hey man, no jungle smoke. I'm just going to post Palace if this is an A execute. I'm just getting freebies. And then you do come out mid and slide onto that angle. So yeah, that might be what Order's trying to create. Either way, the way it worked out for them was good enough. And I like the approach anyway. Something that's becoming more common on Mirage is throwing those executes towards B or towards A to pull that rotation off middle. And then you take that middle control and use it to try to get picks or just put yourself in a favorable position. So Order did that very nicely. Now they've won a bunch of convincing gun rounds and anti-eco in the row. The story's really flipped on its head. Order, tons of money for them on this T side, whereas Avant, limited utility, trying to make an okay buy work for them in this gun round, and Order's just going for a very fast short B.
Well, straight up already, and that seems to be communicated, but there's two here to face. APOC almost caught with pants down and unable to go back on the repeat. Gyra deals with him. They realise that I believe it's Hugh there over on the balcony. He's still here to fight, but traded through the smoke. Val doing a great job. Now it's going to be Sterling who needs to find one, but Ali finds him first, and now it's all up to Hazard. And a 1v3 to try and make his way back in through short. He got one for free onto Val, but Ali, he's going to be posted on the line now, just waiting for the aggression. And there should be another round for Order, but Hazard might be able to thread the needle here. How's the timing? How's the patience from Ali? Straight through the wall.
Really not missing much today, is he? And
No.
that's when you see Order win all their games, and I think that's a case of that once again. Nuke, pretty dominant start in the fragging department from Alistair, and again here on Mirage, same thing. Or a lot easier day at the office for Order when Alistair's playing like this. And again, I think similar to last map for Avant. Blitz is playing pretty decently, but the rest are a little bit slow to start into this map. I think Hazard was really contributing at the start of Nuke as well. Now the half buy-in for Avant, they're starting to stack up quite a bit of loss bonus, so they're going to be able to invest those in pistols and armor. Try to give themselves an outside shot at winning the round, which, you know, it's not too common for Avant. They're pretty sharp on the Deagles. But today they haven't looked sharp individually, so I don't know if it's necessarily going to be doing them any favors just to spend that extra money.
And off the back of that, the utility in the next round might just take a hit for a few of the players too. And that's something they can't afford to not have there. Because Order certainly going to punish it. However, let's see how the read is on the financial situation. Hazard trying to find something through the smoke, but Gyra picks his fights nicely. The blitz is going to fall. And that is already the B site. Found Avant. Look, at this point, I'd just pack your bags. I'd save that armor over into the next so you can maybe get the extra utility.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just want to try and pinch a few guns off of Order, maybe set up for some exits or something like that.
The thing is, the way Order are playing is really going to hurt the confidence of Avant. APOC, however, is going to do just that. And look, single-handedly, if he can find 2-3 picks here, that would be a dream scenario, but this Molotov is potentially going to force him to fight. He's isolated on the stairs. Won't get too much more either. Sterling just goes straight through the molly as well. Bink onto Val. And Hazard not going to find any action there. Over towards the crawl space.
This is just a classic Order Avant series. One team shows up 10 times more switched on than the other team. And this is how we end up with and it's again the same thing. Order has just been the much more switched on team heading into Nuke, heading into Mirage again, and Avant doesn't really seem to have much of a response. So I don't really know what to say, man.
Well, just don't say anything at all.
I'm still waiting for the series when both of these teams show up and it's just fireworks, but I don't feel like we've really gotten one. Can you remember one where they were both like on point?
Not for a while.
Where they played each other?
Not for a while.
Yeah. Order going to mix things up. Play towards this A side of the map. No mid presence, and you see Avant went up mid very, very early on into the round, investing a fair bit of utility there. So they've got the info that there's no mid take from Order. Now starting to shift back towards the sites. Here's the execute out from Order.
Flash over the top, and they go straight through. APOC hasn't seen a thing. They're just going to be fighting a smoke instead. APOC still not spotted on the top of balcony. It's just a matter of time. Sorely, the sandwich player has ejected, and APOC just allowed to continually fight here. Ricky trying to do God's work, doesn't go for the pre-fire, looking underneath. Hazard comes in to help him out as well, and that is going to be the A site take completely shut down. Order just not thoroughly clearing the positions on site where they needed to.
Yeah, I think we saw a similar round to that yesterday between Tyloo and Beyond, where you see one team go for that A side execute. I think it was Tyloo, and you've just got that player on top of Balk that never gets cleared.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you don't. It's kind of weird to see an A execute where there's not a single player in Palace, but we saw the same thing again from Tyloo yesterday, where they didn't have anyone in Palace either.
That was just weird. The fact that he was in, you know, the side of the balcony that's hidden from Palace, and no one's cleared that. No one's even looked at it. Everyone's fighting the smoke pilly.
Yeah, they're all fighting the smoke. I would just like to see one person in Palace just throw the under balcony Molotov and then clear top of balcony. At least threaten that player on top of balcony.
Exactly.
Either way, into another round. It's going a bit better for Avant. Some aggression ends up in a 2-for-1 for them. But I have to say, where Order have been doing their best work is time and time again in the mid round. I think Ricky almost created an opportunity to pick that player crossing jungle and blitz there. Valiant's trying to work a bit of a timing in middle. And there you go, Ricky. He's created the opening. Another pill almost goes the way of Order. I dare say it should have if Blitz isn't playing like he is today.
The man is on one. But look, 3v2. Not over for Order yet. However, Avant finally starting to wake up, and Ricky's got full control of that A site. Hugh just waiting for an overextension into CT, but for now, Ali just going to be smoking off that position. Should be able to secure the bomb plant there at default.
Yeah, you got Sterling posted up from short, so if they cross side at any point, they're going to quickly be dealt with.
Oh, leg though.
Yeah, there's the cross. Hugh trying to work this gap in the smoke. Blitz is on the big flank around.
Deep enough. It does spot the toes eventually. Now it's all up to Ricky in the 1v3 to clutch it. Oh, smoke fades. Hugh just tries to buy some time and is going to spot, but now the troops start to come in. They're waiting for Blitz to come in on the flank, and he's going to find the final kill as well. So another impactful frag. Hugh with a great bait there at CT, and great patience too, as we do see Avant even up the score at 5-5.
Some very important kills from Blitz there. I dare say if Valiance picks him from window, it causes a bit of a shift in the rotations, and it makes that round a hell of a lot harder for Avant. But they do get across the line. And after building up quite a bit of loss bonus and holding on to a couple of guns, they've tied the score up at 5 apiece. Order, still plenty of cash for them. They're going to take a single pause here. Have a think about how they want to try to maintain this lead, because Avant's sort of staggering their way back into the game. I wouldn't say many of these rounds that they're winning are convincing, but at the end of the day, you know, they're getting the rounds on the board, and that's what matters. And if they do start to warm up, they do start to fire up a little bit more, those rounds later on are going to have a lot more meaning when they're actually starting to win a bit more convincingly, and if Order starts to let their foot off the gas pedal a little. We've seen it happen before, Mac.
Well, you mentioned it in the pre-show. What's a more Australian thing than teams trading out their map picks?
Yep.
And then if Avant take this, they'll have the momentum. Carry that into Dust 2. And then Order could be in trouble. After a stellar performance over on Nuke, Sterling doesn't get the molly out in time. He's going to smack off the window, but it's fast approach, and Val's already into ladder room. APOC seems to be aware, though. Depends on how much he could hear off the back of the flash. Pulls a molly out, has no idea that the T's are so close. Hugh at least able to find one, drops the smoke. Shoulder could be spotted though. Ustillo deals with him. Mispositioning coming out from Hugh. Interesting.
Not even on his screen, mate. Don't know what was going on there. Somehow caught him through the edge of the wall, even though Hugh's behind a very solid cement object.
His shoulder was, yeah.
I guess so.
Spot. Anyway.
I feel a little hard done by. Into this 3-on-3, do put the bomb down. Blitz trying to find an angle. Alistair's running around all over site like a bit of a chook.
Yeah, just looking for an opening. Unfortunately, won't find it. Ustillo now just going to use some patience here at the broken wall at the bench. And let's see if Avant clear him. It looks like we are going to see Hazza coming in. Second man not spotted, and he's still going to be sticking that. That should be the round. Sterling, rather, commits to it. Ustillo survives and is almost going to find the 4K, except Blitz is starting to hit everything he sees. So he's the danger man right now.
Yeah, I'd say he was pretty okay on Nuke as well in a couple of those rounds. Yeah, I mean, that was a nice defusal spot, and I think Sterling had a good feel for that as well.
Yeah.
He was able to defuse behind those big metal things that you can't wallbang. So I think he was feeling pretty safe to stick that one, and it does end up working out for them. Finally, Order's money has been depleted, and it's another good start for Avant. They're starting to consistently find these early openings, and Alistair's a big player to be taking out of the equation this early on for Avant.
Solid pick, Sterling. Winning that engagement a few times when it is AWP v AWP.
And I think it usually, like I was literally about to say, usually it's Ricky who finds that mid-round pick coming out A, but he's been dealt with by Hazza 2 rounds in a row now, pushing Palace and then punishing that A ramp push. So I think Avant's starting to get a better feel for where Order's pushing, and they're finding good opportunities and good timings to just find these consistent opening kills, and now Order's going to have to scramble their way out of 3-on-5 situation,
and
but
Blitz
they're not really doing a whole lot at the moment.
Is now in T-spawn, about to take an engagement there with Ustillo, and who's going to win it this time? Blitz will fall back. Manages to find it onto Ustillo, who overextends a little bit, but that's going to be a 5v2 now. Val wants to try to punish, but look, off the back of that initial, I'm pretty sure Ricky as well tried to push through the smoke and catch a timing, but Hazza was just looking that direction this time.
In a 4-on-5, similar to that last round where Alistair's just running around the B bomb site, like they're at a man disadvantage trying to make something happen, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, smart choice by Blitz as well, just to fall back there, not overextend too much more in T-spawn. Sterling gifted another as Jyra gets onto the line. Pretty handy with the AWP sometimes, but Hazza shuts him down before he can get up short. And there it is, 7-5. Avant just trying to stretch out the lead and able to manage the economy as well. Not too many players falling in the previous.
Yep, they're looking fantastic now.
It's like they're flipping a coin every round.
Don't know where this has come from, man.
Just finding that extra gas in the tank.
Order going to take another pause. I think they kind of get the feeling that things are starting to change around a little bit. Avant's really starting to pick up some steam and momentum now, and that's a dangerous recipe to give a team a lot of confidence heading into that T-side of Mirage, because you're playing confident on T-side of Mirage, sometimes you're just pretty hard done by.
Petition for Hugh Mungus to either decapitalize his name or make his name a bit shorter, because he's pushing the graphics out everywhere. He's ruining things here at ESL.
Add a couple S's.
Add a couple of S's, you reckon?
Yeah, until it's touching the back of that M4 or the back of some of the stats, that's fine.
A large name for a large man.
Very nice. Half buy for Order. Just going to hold on to a little bit of extra cash, see if they can find some picks with these Deagles. And already they have. Alistair's just running out A,
and
not stopping.
Not stopping at all. I don't think Sterling's realised he's already overstairs. Jyra halfway up short already. As Ali finds Blitz in con, just do some extra damage here, but it's going to be Jyra to trade it. Okay, 3v2, and overextends up short. That's going to be Hugh at the ready, finds 2. And then it's all up to Val, who is just going to be hightailing his way back to A. Both the players already known there for Avant, but you can see that Avant, they're just going to be trying to play this one together, doubling up towards that B site, and looking to play for the retake.
Yep. Bomb goes down for Valiance. He doesn't have any armor, so aim punch might end up being a factor. But he has recovered himself an M4 at least. Both of these CTs do have the head armor, but this flashbang could be pretty critical. Unfortunately, he's going to under armor into CT, not really find anything for himself. So now he's just got to create 2 different angles, and Avant seems pretty well aware of where he's playing from.
Oh, but here at Ticket can be very strong to isolate the fights if Avant don't go in together, and Hugh might just cover the other side. See how this one goes. Oh, off the bomb, he spotted that. Sterling falling, back to the one-on-one now. Bell knows that there's no one there on the bomb, but see if you can stick it. Oh, running out of bullets. Couple of seconds, and the stray deagle spam is going to secure the round. Order off the back of a pistol buy, and a beautiful entry from Ali is going to put another on the board.
I guess
Oh!
that was a really nice opener. I guess that Blitz.
Yeah, well, Sterling didn't. Sterling was at jungle.
Right. That's right.
Didn't see him jump over stairs.
Yeah.
It should have been heard though.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah. I thought it was quite interesting that he underarms the flash into CT, and then they're not aware that he's playing from CT, really. I guess they didn't see the trajectory of the flash. They just sort of felt the effects of it going off, or Hugh did, as he made his way over the gate.
Oh! He's hit him with the wallbang from top mid. Ali. What a nasty way to start it. And that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade already. Ricky falling there over towards a main. Hazard only with the MP9 to hold the A site, but he does have the flank coming in through Con. That's going to be Gyro to open it up again. Blitz, he's still alive though, brings it to the 2-on-2. 2 for himself already. Hugh again. Now it's back to you, still on the 1v2, and we've got a 40-second round. Everyone's bloody dead, Pilski.
Yeah.
Bomb down at mid 2, and Hugh knows, but he's going to be just barely spotted. Ustilo just blind firing, knows that Blitz was on short last spotted. Let's see how the timing goes. Blitz has a gap on the side of this one. Doesn't commit with the flash. Bomb retrieved. How's the timing on this one? And there it is. Smoke fading. Blitz has the better angle. And that is going to be the 8-6 scoreline as we head into the final round of the half. What a chaotic one that was.
Yeah. Blitz is playing out of his mind, man. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, text guy. Look, well, now he's got one. And you've wasted it by whinging. Come on. Give us something better, Tex.
Yeah. Let's do some stats or something.
That's all right. We'll cheer up. Look, there's one. Let's try and get 2 in the second half.
Yeah.
Just for you. Unfortunately, there's too much action, and we do need to see those replays.
Well, Blitz is pushing unders, and I think this is probably going to work pretty successfully for him, unless this split comes in, which it is.
Oh, and short players. Impact already. Hugh's going to go down, and yes, he's going to be fast in apps. Blitz could still bring this one back, but Ali 1 HP, you're still on 45. Ricky with another pick. Blitz really has to go huge here because Sterling, he's just been smoked off in market. Blitz has to do it all himself. Once one, and the second now. Oh, and a third. Spinning around. He's just a full turret now. 4 in a matter of seconds. Does he expect Ricky coming from apartments? Now that's spotted. Avant could make this the 9-6 half. Bink through the edge of the balcony. Sterling going to be covering this one. Molly's there. That's the round. What a bloody retake coming out from Blitz. That's going to be the half. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-round lead for Avant as we head to the second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.
I've been running over all the corners of my mind, trying to find a story to believe. I've been getting sick of how I'm spending all my time, searching for a way to find relief. And I can say it's like go to sleep, but I feel like I need to let go. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the second half. It is time for the decider. We do have Avant leading by 3. Order. What can they do on the CT side to get back into this one quick? Smart, or will Avant be running away with this one? Pilski, what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are that I think from the majority of times I've watched Avant on this map, CT has kind of been their better side, when, particularly when Sterling and Hazard are playing well, but Blitz was pretty good from connector there. Let's see if they can make a good T side work for them. Initial utility over that B side of the map, the double push in, triple push in unders actually.
Triple unders. One on short. Everyone's stacked in the exact same spot, and Blitz is just going to pick it apart himself. Headshot on the alley, and that one has been undone. Order now trying to position for the retake.
I feel like kind of Blitz is winning this game himself in general. Now the push into jungle. Gets a gush onto Gyro, who's stuck at bottom connector. The other two Order players trying to come out of CT, while Gyro's like, guys, help. They're running at me.
Yep, Blitz as well was going to find him if Hazard didn't, and now it's just Ricky and Val to try to make their way back in. No armor, just that smoke and kit on Val, who tries to tap it. Can't even find the bomb at this point. And Avant, they're all running in. They've got knives out. They're at the ready. Oh, and this has been a catastrophe of a round for Order, but Avant, read them like a book. Pick them apart single-handedly. Hazard and Blitz, 2 apiece, and that is going to be around 17.
Nice start for Avant. They get that T-side pistol rolling, and again, Blitz has a critical 2K in another critical round. It's exactly what you like to be seeing, and to be honest, Mac, on the desk, I was kind of just like, yeah, look, maybe Avant can do something. We see OCE teams flip-flop on each other's map pick all the time, kind of cynically, like just on autopilot, just to have something to talk about, but kind of feels like it's actually happening, which is not something I realistically expected. But we can't count out Order on these Deagle 4 spies. We definitely can make them work from time to time. Avant, couple of flashes, starting to take a little mid-control. Order very much set up around this ladder room position, it seems. But ultimately, Avant, after a little bit of pressure on middle, start making their way back towards this A-bomb site, where Valence is playing retake.
Just letting that clock tick down, not baiting out too much utility, not using any either. And just the single man at CT, Val. He's had an okay performance. Nothing too special just yet, but let's see if he can change that with the Deagle. Gyro as well, probably going to be smoked off, unless it's the full contact coming out from Avant. Looks like it will be, just molly straight into Sandwich, missed flash. As Val just tries to stop the push out of Pal. Hazza closing the distance though with that Mac 10. Will fall to the 2-tap. As we do see the rotations come through. Order with a man advantage to play with. Flashes for the retake. Let's see if this one flash from Val is going to be enough to get Order back onto the site. Just regrouping, waiting for this smoke to fade. It stares. In comes the flash, in comes the push. 3 from CT, 2 from jungle. And still none of the Avant players being found. Apok close with the MP7, holds the trigger for the right amount of time. It's a 3v5, but no one's on the bomb just yet. There's no kit either. They need to start to stick the defuse. It's Hugh and Pal, it's Blitz, it's Firebox. Oh my god, this has gone almost pear-shaped. Ricky, however, taps it to force out the aggression. And Hugh will be last alive, or will he? No, bomb explosion happens at the end, and there you go. So, all things considered, a very successful round for Order, just getting every rifle out of the hands of Avant and making that one extremely expensive indeed.
Yeah. I guess the onus is on Order to see how much they want to invest in this round. It is just a couple of upgraded pistols, so aim of the game really seems to be just try to get a couple more kills, keep the economy nice and low from Avant before you go for this gun round in the next. Ricky being one of the 2 players holding on to the most cash, so could see potential for a double AWP in that first gun round actually, which would not be too bad of a shout if they get a couple kills here, because sometimes you can see the T side in that round number 4 be a little bit light on the util if they drop a lot of guns in 2 consecutive rounds.
Let's see if this does get expensive for Avant. Order. Nicely positioned on short and Gyra. One's a nice opening. Missed opportunity for the second there. Ali escapes though, so man advantage going to be maintained.
Yeah, they sent Apok out of A with just Glock and armor as a bit of a money man, and he's found an empty bomb site, so that's why you see that shift straight back onto that A site, full confidence from Avant, and Apok hasn't moved an inch. Still close to CT here.
Tap away. You're still almost able to find a second, but it is going to be the clean mop-up from the remaining 4 players on Avant, and that's going to be the 6th round lead. Order able to go for the purchase here in round 19, and it looks like we might just get that double AWP. Just waiting for Ali to make the decision. Looks like we are going to see the double AWP come through. Minimal utility on both the AWPers. Actually, it's a pretty hefty buy, all things considered. However, I see no kits purchased up, so liking that. Liking the effect to go for the retake, so let's see if Order can do it early. As Avant go for a faster approach here over towards apartments.
Okay. Just going a lot of utility up towards that B side of the map. Trying to draw out the utility from the CTs, and that's basically what they've done. Gyra still has that smoke, but now comes the execute.
Flash out of the window. Ricky, misses a sitter. And the second opportunity, no one even looking at it at that point. Gyra tries to play around the smoke on the corner, but it's not enough. Beautiful entries from Avant. Now Val tries to come in, have a bit of an impact. But it is just going to be one of the short players down, as Apok is already trying to go on the hunt there. Just sitting at the windows. Flashes do come through for him to get a little bit more aggro. But Ali just really wants to carry the AWP across. Nice shot onto Apok, but Avant fully realised the situation. The save's been called, and there is no chance for that second AWP to be saved either.
Yeah, I like the approach from Avant, to be honest, that gun round. Pretty good against a double AWP, which, look, there's no guarantees they would have been fully aware that that was going to be the approach from Order. Unless, you know, they've played them a lot in practical in this map or something like that. They know that it's something they like to go for. It's something we've seen a couple times from Order, so they should be somewhat aware of it. Not too bad as well to just try to draw out that utility in the first gun round. They get rid of those couple of Molotovs and leave Order with very little utility on that B bomb site. Yeah, there you go. Order in the court. I mean, they win on Mirage pretty regularly, but I'm kind of wondering when that Vici gaming effect is going to come into fruition, which might be a bit of an explanation for this game. When you get bashed on a map every single time and time again, you got to start to either ban it or start to adapt, and I think you're seeing some adaptation from Avant. I don't think Order's playing that poorly, to be honest. Playing a very solid game.
Oh, danger push from Ricky. And missed opportunity from Ali. Now, there is going to be the isolation in the back of apartments, except Sterling comes in to save whoever that was. I think it was Hazza trying to make his way back out. So it's back to the 4-on-3. Ustillo stops Blitz from accelerating there on the A side. He's going to go forward as well, so looking to fight this one fire with fire. As Sterling's at the ready, Ustillo caught in midair, and that was a bit over-aggressive maybe. Val as well, unable to get the trade. They've had the jump on the T's both times, but it's back to the 2-on-2. Stellar shots from Hazard and Sterling.
Gonna put the bomb down. I think it's reverse default, so that's actually an open plant for A ramp. Now Avant very much setting up for the post plant. Two players on order, very much split up. That's the third time this round where one player's just jumped into the open, smoke onto the A ramp, forces Hazard forward, and he does win that duel at least.
Just expecting Sterling to come through as well. Ricky, he's going to stick it. There it is, Sterling jumps through, finds the line, and that's going to be, what, was it a 2-on-5 or a 2-on-4?
I don't even know, man. That was the messiest round I've seen in quite a while. But Avant come out on top of it. And it's kind of looking like they're about the 16-6 order on their map pick.
Yeah, well, it's heading in that direction. 2 away.
Just going to have the half buy from order. Try to make something happen.
Bit of a tactical, maybe a bit late. But look at this, the clean half so far. Avant not dropping a single round, just reading order like a book. And you could see, even though order had some reasonable utility, Avant every time tonight, the Savo, whatever time of day it is now, I can't even tell. Usually we're casting in the middle of the night these days. Avant has gone for a fast approach up against their opponent's gun rounds just to test them. So it happened on Nuke as well, just realizing that they might not have all the mollies there on the CT side. Similar situation here. There weren't the mollies to slow them down in the apartments, and they just managed to fight their way out, find both the picks on the B side, and just have their way with order. And it happened again here. Yeah. So, good approach. But yeah, a very good reaction from Sterling to go back to apartments and help out Hazard, or else that round could have gone south quickly.
It's actually half buy from Gyra and a force buy from the rest of order. And Alistair tries to duel mid with a scat against an AWP and dies instantly. Well, so it's really not looking good for Avant. The betters are absolutely molding, I'll tell you that, Mac.
Yeah, order. Can they get back into this one? Avant, oh. Doing it, God's work here on the A site. Val's gone through that molly, and he's going to be spotted in a second, just right in the corner. Nothing he can do. Gyra and Ricky. Look, at this point, you're asking, do you bother going for this in the 2v5? Well, Gyra wants a gun, so he's going to do just that. Get his hands on the AK.
There's no way. I don't think he should keep going here. Like,
no.
He could just drop a gun to one of his teammates. I don't think you're really looking at Avant's money. They're not that resettable anyway. I think you very much just need to prioritize your own money on that CT side. Drop over an AWP, maybe buy an AWP, drop over that AK, and maybe buy an AWP for Alistair if he's going to have the cash for it. I know Order has pretty strong loss bonus at this point.
Oh, and it's not even going to happen. APOC denies that save from Gyra. So Ricky, the only one to carry a weapon through here, just hiding in the market. Not going to be tested by Hazard either. And Avant, they have so much money, so if Order do manage to take a round or two here, they should still be able to bite.
So there's that AWP buy from Gyra. Going to throw that over to Alistair. The buy up from the rest of Order. He still has to go down to a Deagle to even have utility. The rest of them don't have any utility, which up against his fastest style Avant's been throwing at them. It's probably not going to do them any favors.
Flash at mid. APOC sending it. Ali's actually managed to take Sterling early straight through a main, but he gets traded out by Blitz as well, who's up short. That one's not spotted. Ustillo going to be kicking himself for that. Molly into Pal to buy some time for Val to have a bit of a face here at a main. As Hugh, he wanted to go through, but with that Molly, just was not up to the two-man push.
Gyra's pushing up mid. But Valiance is very much all alone here against a couple of Ts. If he doesn't get value out of his life, then I feel like Order are going to be in a really rough position.
Well, dry push out is not going to go down well as Val deals with it perfectly. And there it is. Order salvage one. Val will be able to get the upgrade of the AK as well. So economy stable for now for Order. But again, we look at the economy of Avant. They have so much there. They're able to just push the point on these match points, which they, Pilly, have a lot of.
Yeah, and it's a comeback on the CT side. Like, I'm just so pessimistic about when you're like 10 rounds behind on that CT side, or almost that. It's like, I feel like these comebacks almost never happen, because at some point you're going to have some of those close rounds where you really can't have a good buy. You have like 3.5k or something. on that comeback train. Either way, very fast approach straight through A ramp. Valiance goes down. That's going to start pulling some rotations through jungle, which is getting mollied off and aggressed by APOC.
Utility, but that's going to force Ali to be stuck in the corner. Drops the smoke, which might just save him for now. Back to the corner. Blitz another onto Gyre as he comes up from Con. That's going to be a huge amount of rotations coming out from Auto as well. 2 in CT. Just Ali trying to play for himself here at jungle. But he needs to find another use. Dillo's going to be picked off by the AWP. Sterling realizes that there is a second man there as well. That's going to go down. Q finds Ali, and there it is, the 16-7 scoreline in map number